Powered by Virginia Radio.
How y'all doing today? Thanks for coming to my podcast. Okay, Let Me Say Something is the name of the podcast. My name is Alton Beckett, and I am the HNIC, also known as Big Al. And we got one for you today. Okay, we got one for you that's going to be controversial, and people going to be upset. And yes, black women, more than likely it'll be you. But remember, I love y'all. Okay, I love y'all. But we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. The name of the topic today: Black women. What do you bring to the table? I'm going to say it again. What do y'all bring to the table? Okay? And y'all going to say, well, I bring everything to the table. We don't know what everything is. I don't think y'all know. You know, I am the table. No, you ain't. You're not the table. You're not the table. Stop saying you're the table. Okay? Now, but let me explain. What is the table? What is the table? Okay, the table is someone, when a man says, so, what do you bring to the table, sweetheart? The table is someone who has qualities which represent something out of the normal. Okay? I'll say it slowly for those of you in the back. The table is someone who has qualities which represent something out of normal. What separates you from the pack? What makes you different from all the other women that man can talk to? All the other women that's going to be approaching. What makes you different? What makes you stand out? What do you bring to the table? Okay? And remember, that's going to be 757-964-9367, because I know y'all want to call in. I don't have my mic on the phone right. Oh, no. Well, we can probably do it. Let's see. I don't have my mic here, but we'll get that in a second. Okay? So that's the table. All right. So just to keep everything in perspective. All righty. Now, what if you bring nothing to the table? What does that mean? Well, bringing nothing to the table, you're a person with absolutely no redeeming qualities. If you don't bring anything to the table, and I heard some of y'all say it on YouTube, I don't bring nothing to the table. That means that you're a person with absolutely no redeeming quality. If you don't believe me, you can look those definitions up in the Urban Dictionary. That's where I got it, the Urban Dictionary. Now, why is this question relevant, okay, in the black community? Because this show is all about the black community. Okay, so that's what I'm not talking about white folks, not talking about Asians, not talking about Hispanics, I'm talking about black folks. Why is this question relevant in the black community? Because it shows what it does. The way women are answering this question, it shows there's a huge chasm of miscommunication between black men and black women. You know, it proves that the modern black woman has no idea of what men want. None. Okay? And if modern women could answer that particular question correctly, relationships between black men and black women would improve greatly. It would strengthen our culture. It would be the start of bringing black families back together, because we are so far apart right now. You know, when y'all, I don't, you know, when I'm on YouTube and I'm listening to these things, and and other social media. You know, you guys are answering this question, women that is answering the question, I got a pretty face, tiny waist, and a big old bag. That's important. Now, it is important. Don't get me wrong. But keep in mind now, I'm not talking about those women that are going to be with Pookies, the Pookies and Ray Rays of the world. I'm talking about you ladies that are looking for a lasting relationship, okay, possibly even leading to marriage. Okay, those are the people that I'm addressing right now. For those of you that like the Ray Rays and Pookies, I'm not talking to y'all. Okay, y'all doing something entirely different that is not going to be beneficial to anybody. I'm just telling you. Okay, so it is. A lot of you ladies equate sexuality and sex with the table. Now, and keep in mind, men of all ages and socioeconomic status, they will drop to their knees and open their checkbooks for some of y'all, most definitely. But it's not a matter of who you can get to sleep with you. It's a matter of who you can get that works with you, that you want to be with, and working together. Okay, and and like I said, that question exposes a lot of women because because y'all turn around and say things like, "What does he bring to the table?" Well, he's got to pay for all this. I don't even know what all this is. It's usually breast and booty, vagina, or they say things like, "I ain't no slave. I'm not." They don't. Y'all don't want to submit. Somehow, submit has become a very bad word in our community, and I have no idea why that is. And I'm definitely going to take a look at that. But submit has become a very, very, very bad word in our community, and that's something we got to get past. Okay, a lot of you, I hear, what do you ladies say? I'm not going to cook. I'm not going to clean. I'm just going to be there for him. All this, again with the all this stuff. I have no idea what that means. A lot of modern black women are confusing cooperation and partnership with submission. Okay, we're asking you to be a partner. We're asking you to be cooperative. We're not asking you to submit. Okay, I've never known a man in my life to use that word towards a woman. She's got to submit to me. I've never heard that happen. I've never heard that said. Ever. Okay, now I gotta say though, it's not entirely the women's fault. Okay, many modern women, when they were taught that men are not needed, that men are no good, and black men, we have to take responsibility for that. We got that ball rolling downhill. We did. Impregnating 3 or 4 babies' mamas, treating women bad when you have one, putting our hands on them, disrespecting them in ways that are just terrible, not treating them like they're the mother of our culture, the mother of our race, as all women are. And that's how we should be treating these women, that they're the mother of our race. But and they're the reason that our race can grow and move on. Without the women, men without our women, we're nothing. And we're not. We're without our women, we're nothing. I was having a conversation earlier today where I was telling a friend of mine that she's a possession. She just kind of looked at me, and I think, and there may have been, I'm not sure the first time she's heard it, but it is, a lot of you women out there become possessions. And men, we've got to stop doing that. We got to make our women partners. We have to make them want to work with us, want to solve problems with us. And we have definitely gotten away with that. Gotten away from that. Black women are now a lot of the females were hurt by men, and they're role models to other females, such as daughters. And what happens is these females, they've been hurt by men, and they warn, and they don't want their daughters to be hurt by those men. So they warn those daughters, watch out. Black men ain't shit. He gonna hurt you, girl. Make sure you get your own. Don't depend on a man to do this for you, because you can't depend on a man. Come on, guys. You've all heard it. You've all heard it. And I got to tell you something, as hard as it is to hear, it's really hard to debate. It's really hard, because there are too many women out there that have been hurt by us. And the reason why we're doing it is because, men, listen to me, because we're looking at the short game, not the long game. And ladies, the short game for men is we're trying to get the draws. That's the short game for us men. And there are a lot of men out there that all they have is short game. Okay, that's all they have. That's all they have. And that's just the way it is for a lot of guys. But you women keep picking these same men. The long game is what I'm referring to. The long game is what you want. But a lot of times when the good man comes along, you've been hurt so badly that you're toxic, that you're afraid, but you can't say you're afraid, so you act tough. You yell, you scream. And that's what you bring to the table a lot of times. And a good man doesn't want to deal with someone like that when he can deal with someone that's not toxic, that doesn't yell and scream or curse, that doesn't put her hands on him. And there are many, many, many women out there that are like that are the opposite of toxicity. And black women, you should be one of them. But many of you are not. And I understand why, but it's something that we have to correct. You know, black women are teaching their daughters that black men are not to be trusted. And then the black man, who's that father, comes back around and proves the mother to be right. And I know it's not all black men. It's not all black men. I'm not saying that. You know, but a lot of you that are listening know that you're either in that situation or you know someone that is. You know, and that's what I'm referring to. You know, black women, you know, in order for black women to carry on, what they've done is they've lowered the ceiling on black men, but they've raised the ceiling for themselves. I'm going to say that one more time. In order for black women to deal with us, because quite honestly, there's no one out there. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I thought I had turned it off. But as I was saying, the black women have actually lowered the ceiling on us, black men, and raised the ceiling on themselves. Okay? As a result, black women now feel they're worth more than black men. It's a crazy thing. But you see it all the time. You see it all the time. You know, when you know, on TV, on the social media, where women got their own money and they'd be stepping out of BMWs and Mercedes Benzes that they bought themselves and all that. You know, playing that song by Sierra, what's called "Level Up." You know, I mean, you know, we black men, we got to be careful. We don't want to get to a point where we're irrelevant. Okay, so but we don't want to make. We want to make sure that when you ask a woman that what does she bring to the table, we have to know what we want. Okay, and this is the problem that a lot of black women have when it comes to relationships. Modern black women, I'm talking about. Okay, black women that have been around, that are, you know, born somewhere around 1990 and later. You know, they have difficulty trusting men. They have current relationship problems. This is a big one. They have pain from their past relationships that they either cannot get over or keeps following them wherever they go. And that pain is real. So don't minimize that pain, men, black men. Don't minimize their pain, but do try to understand it. You know, when it comes, they don't want a long-term relationship with a man because they have fear of divorce. They have concerns about whether or not they're ready for marriage. You know, and I got to tell you, most black women, modern black women, are not ready for marriage. They're not ready for that long-term marriage where they have that one man and deal only with that one man. They're just not ready for it. They've never been taught to be ready for it. Because mom is toxic. Grandma is toxic. A lot of times when you get that one young woman that's hurt, She's come from a whole situation of pain and hurt. And she's scared. And she's afraid. So she puts on airs like she's not afraid. What do I bring to the table? I bring the table, which means absolutely nothing, but it sounds good. A lot of women talk in sound bites. I am the table. All he needs is this. They talk in sound bites. Nothing really coherent, nothing really logical that you can grab onto. And other women around there slapping five and saying, "Yeah, girl, you tell him." But the woman that said it hadn't really said anything of worthy sense. Women also get conflicting messages. They could be raised by another woman or something, and that woman would tell her, "Girl, be independent. You don't need no man." Or another woman in the same family would say, "Listen, find a black man that'll take good care of you, girl. They're out there." And then someone else will tell her, "Nah, men are no good. They ain't out there." Ladies, all we want is to get a partner. When we ask you, what do you bring to the table? We want a partner. Someone cooperative. But because of miscommunication, because we don't know how to talk to each other, because we don't understand each other, because it's like we're on we're on opposite sides of the street when it comes to relationships. She's saying something, I don't know what she's talking about. I'm saying something, she doesn't know what I'm talking about. And we have to find that middle ground. Hence the table. And all this miscommunication has created a rift in the black community. As a result, and these are some stats I've gone over before, 7 out of 10 black women are unmarried. 7 out of 10. Now, 3 out of 10 will never be married. And this has to do with long-term relationships as well. I mean, now, instead of saying, okay, what do you bring to the table, which black women find resentful because they don't know the answer to it, okay, what if we asked, we'll re-ask that question? And I saw a gal for podcast. His name is Raul from the podcast Please Act Right. He said, ask the question this way to the woman: for the man that you deserve, what value do you bring to his life as a woman that would make him choose you? And I'll repeat that. Okay. Instead of saying, what do you bring to the table? Ask her this question: for the man that you desire, what value do you bring to his life as a woman that will want to make him choose you? Now, that's a whole different question, isn't it? Is that a different question, Christine? I didn't hear you. What's that?
That's a good question.
Okay. How would you answer that question, Christine?
I bring peace.
And that's all we want. That's all. That's all we want. Peace. Christine said she will bring peace. That's all we want. It's the same question, just asked a different way. So, ladies, stop getting upset when someone says, "What do you bring to the table?" Okay, it's just asked a different way. Now, keep in mind too, I'm talking, and men, when I'm talking to you guys, I'm talking to you brothers that got your stuff together. Okay, that are looking for long-term relationships. I'm talking to you guys that are actively looking, for a wife or a long-term relationship, or a long-term relationship that can turn into marriage. Okay, serious relationship. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not just talking about guys that kind of go around and do whatever they do. Okay, so that asking that question that particular way gives you a whole different perspective. And Christine just gave me the right answer, which is peace. That's all we want. Okay, Now let me just tell you what we value. Ladies, this is what we value from women. Okay, this is what we're looking for from women. Compassion, loyalty, supportive, nurturing, cooperative, humble, respectful. Now remember, I didn't say anything about your money, your bank account, how round your behind is, okay, how tight your cooch is. None of that. Yeah, we're looking for compassion, loyalty, being supportive, being nurturing, being cooperative, humble, respectful. And you can take that a step further. Do you have the ability, young lady, to resolve issues? Can you take care of home, meaning our home? Are you clean? Will you allow him to speak, or do you cut him off all the time? He can't get a word in edgewise. I know that feeling. Can you think for yourself? And that's now, don't be resentful of that, but there's a lot of outside influences for women. Their girlfriends, their family members, etc. There's a lot of outside influences for women. Where we men, we don't have those influences. Take it a step further. Can you be reasonable? Can you follow instructions? These are not, I said instructions, not commands. Instructions. Calm down, Christine. Okay? I said, can you follow? she'll get ready to jump in too, y'all. She'll get ready to jump in there. She said, can you follow? What? No. Yeah. Can you follow instructions? I'm not talking about, they are just instructions, not commands. Okay? Can you maintain peace? Can you think logically? Do you help others? Those are the things that we look for as men that separates you from the pack. That separates you from the pack. And that's what we're asking for when we say, what do you bring to the table? In other words, why should I put my entire investment in you? Are you worthy of my time and effort? And keep in mind now, when you're in a relationship, it's an investment. It really is. And you want to figure out what your ROI is. And ROI is a stock term called return of investment, ROI. If I'm with this young lady, am I getting a good return of investment for my time and my effort? And ladies, you should think the same thing. If I'm with this guy, am I getting a good return on investment? Because I'm investing my time. I'm investing, I'm investing in this person, their beliefs, their dreams, etc. What is the ROI that I get out of that? What is the return of investment I get out of that? And some of y'all are going to have some answers that you don't want to hear. You don't want to think those answers, but it is what it is. And some other things that we want to know: do you have our back? Will you be there? Can I depend on you to be there? Or do you just leave me on my own? Well, that's your problem. I ain't got nothing to do with that. We want, and I've said it before in other podcasts, men want calmness, peace, and tranquility. Denzel Washington said it really, really well. He said, a man settles where he finds his peace. Not beauty, not money, not status, not anything else, but peace. And, the more I do research, the wiser Denzel comes to me. And really, I thought that was deep when he said it. I was like, God damn, that's Denzel. God damn, man. That's my boy from Training Day. Shoot. What's that? That's what he got the Oscar for. You mean don't judge him on Training Day? King Kong ain't got nothing on me. That's my boy, though. That's my boy. I like that line, though. Man on Fire was okay, but yeah, but Malcolm X was the one though. Malcolm X, that was the one. You know how he didn't get nominated for anything. But anyway, so listen. And as I said, ladies, the reason why we men ask, what do you bring to the table? First of all, don't get offended by that. Okay, it's not an offensive question. Okay, well, you were offended when you woke up this morning. Anyway, so what? She said, that's true. But listen, we want to know. If we want to invest time in you, we want to make sure that that we're doing the right thing. We want to make sure we have a shot at finding the right person. We want to make sure that we're not wasting our time. And I hope you ladies are doing the same thing. You ladies just looking for the wrong thing, and that's the problem. And that's why we're doing this show. You keep looking for the wrong thing. Okay, you want a man that's already made. You want a man that's already crossed the finish line. You want a man that's already got his money. You want a man that's already done the things that he needs to do to get where he is, and then you just want to slide in. It doesn't. He can't have all that. How's that working for you? Okay, there we go. Okay. She said she's single right now, so that's how it's working for her. But listen, but keep. She is fine with that though. That's my girl though. That's my girl. She's cool though. That's my girl. But and by the way, Christine, she's gonna have a podcast coming up. Do you have a name of the podcast yet? It's gonna be called Guidance of Grace. I think he's gonna have it on Saturdays. Oh, Guidance of Grace. Ooh, Guidance. I didn't know that. Uncut. Okay. Okay. All right. Ooh, okay. Oh, I ain't scared now. Okay. Now listen, but once again though, ladies, don't be offended by the question. What do you bring to the table? Like I said, we men love you, but we want to make sure that when we go through the struggle, that you're going to be there for us. We want to make sure that because there's so many things on a black man that comes at us, we want to make sure that we want to know that we have someone there that's going to be on our side, going to support us. We want to know that someone's going to hold us down. If it's nothing more than just holding down the home, which is huge, by the way. It's you'll be surprised what a man will do for the right woman. You will be surprised what he will sacrifice for the right woman. And a lot of you guys a lot of women out there saying, I don't know about all that. And trust me, for the right woman, we'll move heaven and earth. We'll walk through a mountain. We'll do whatever it takes to make sure that that she's taken care of. Okay, we want you to pick us up when we're down, and give us encouragement when we need it. We want you to be a focal point in our life. So when someone asks you the question, what do you bring to the table? Please answer it accordingly. Don't be afraid of the question. Okay? Don't be afraid of the question at all. And one thing too, and I'm going to sign off a little bit early here, but one thing too, I'm going to challenge all of you ladies to get out of your emotions. Okay? Get out of your emotions. Because a lot of times we can't even talk to y'all because y'all have imagined something or thought something and we have no idea where it came from. Get out of your emotions. Okay? Cooperate with your man. Give him what he needs. As I said, you'll be surprised what a man will do for the right woman that's cooperating with him and that believes in him. And that's the other thing too. Believe in us. Please believe in us. All right. I want to cut this a little bit short today, folks. But listen, I want to thank y'all for coming to let me say something. Okay. And until next week, this is Big Al, the HNIC signing off. You be your best and stay blessed, y'all. Y'all take care. Love you.
Powered by Virginia Radio.